host of the Tech MBA Minute, and today I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Professor Andre Laplume. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Very excited to have you on, and so today's topic we're going to talk about is technology and innovation management. But we would first like to start off with you, Professor, being able to give us your background.
Sure. Well, I have a background in computer science. I started working in the late 90s on software development projects and kind of moved through the hierarchy of projects in IT, basically going from software developer to project manager and business analyst, and on to making build versus buy decisions and those sorts of things, which led me to my MBA, where I was able to expand my horizons and basically understand business more holistically and be able to do a better job of presenting various projects and executing them. And over time, I decided that I wanted to be able to further integrate my knowledge of technology and management, and so I entered the PhD program in strategy, and what that allowed me to do was to basically understand from a theoretical level how the strategic management of technology fits in with the strategic management of organizations in general. And so that's basically my background, and I do research currently on issues of technological innovation and basically trying to get at the underlying fundamental factors that affect whether or not an innovation project will be successful or not.
Okay, great. Okay, so now, so for lay people, what is technology and innovation management? What does that really mean?
Sure. For lay people, so let's start with a definition of technology that's very open. You can think of technology as extensions of ourselves. So rather than thinking of technologies such as the iPad or the iPhone, or that's a lot of the time when you ask about technology, that's the kinds of things that people think about. But more generally, everything that extends us is technology. So my shirt is an extension of my skin, and my glasses are an extension of my eyes. So when we talk about technology within the context of managing technology and innovation, we're not just talking about iPhones and iPads, we're talking about technology in general. And so that can cause us to span many different fields. For instance, we have cases from the biotech industry, from the IT industry, from the financial services industry, and from all kinds of different industries that are seemingly unrelated, but when you focus on those industries from the perspective of technology, and you look at how technology evolves in general, then you can find patterns across the various different domains that make sense. And so students who study the management of technology and innovation become cross-disciplinary leaders in technology development, because they can see how the experiences from seemingly unrelated industries apply to their own.
Okay. You know, just listening to your answer has really just expounded my worldview on what technology is. Obviously, you know, I have a lot of interaction with Apple iPads and a lot of social technology, so my view was always geared towards those areas. But just the way that you explained it, I love how you mentioned your glasses being an extension of you and your shirt. You know, I think those are some great examples. So it really helped me, you know, to get a better view of what technology is. So.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so now, how does technology and innovation management apply to students with a non-engineering background?
Okay, well, when we talk about an innovation project, I think sometimes the immediate stereotype is a bunch of engineers basically huddling together and dealing with technological issues. But the reality is, when you talk about an innovation project, you typically have a multifunctional team. For instance, you'll have marketing represented, HR will be represented, obviously engineering will be represented as well. But you'll typically have 5 or 6 different functional areas involved, because successful innovation is more than just a change in technology. So we need various different views to be able to basically strategize about technological innovation and its promise within the organization. So the idea is not simply to educate engineers and to broaden their horizons about how technology is perceived within the organization. The idea is more in reverse, to create what I like to call tech-savvy, non-technical people who will be able to lead projects which include engineers and yet also still have enough depth about technology to be able to cope with the specific issues that come out of technology projects.
Okay, okay. Now we're going to go off script real quick because you hit on something, and I want to ask an actual question. How does technology and innovation management impact the workplace? So if we have people that are going to take these classes, how do they now bring that into the workplace? How would this impact the way that they work or the way that they approach work?
Okay, so one way to think about this is the business school promotes a kind of orthodoxy about how you evaluate projects, and often that has to do with training people in various financial tools and different types of financial analyses. And the orthodoxy is you basically evaluate projects based on their net present value. See, technology projects operate by completely different rules. You don't provide an estimated range of sales for an innovation project. Typically, they either succeed or fail. They're more like options. They're stochastic in their outcomes. So they're much more difficult to evaluate. So, for instance, the training in the course should allow a technology manager to become aware of the various limitations of the financial tools that they've learned, so that when they enter the workplace and are assigned to technology projects, they'll have a much deeper understanding and a much more, I believe, they'll be more effective at making decisions in that context, because they'll understand the limitations of financial analyses, and they'll be able to basically educate others on the team about the pitfalls of those types of analyses. So in a very real way, the innovation management flips the orthodox management thinking on its head, and so it's an important skill for aspiring managers in the technology area to learn.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Great answer. Now, what is the significance of technology and innovation management to the Tech MBA online program?
Okay. Well, the Tech MBA online program is geared. It's one of few MBA programs that actually has a focus on technology and innovation. So apart from my course, there are actually two other courses. One of them focusing on creating new ventures, and another one focusing on modifying processes within organizations. So with these sort of three fundamental courses in the area of innovation management, the idea is to prepare an MBA student with basically a rare specialization that we believe is in high demand out there, and from experience I've seen that, like I said, the tech-savvy non-technical managers are in high demand out there. So basically my belief is that the program is a preparation tool that will make MBA students valuable assets when they come out of the program.
Okay, great. Wow. Just want to thank you for this time today. I think you highlighted some very, very interesting points in terms of giving people a wider perspective in terms of technology and innovation management. Do you have any other closing thoughts before we move on?
One thing I would say is that the relevance of the course and the content of the in the course, I think is just keeps increasing over time. I mean, if you look at the major events that are occurring nationally, internationally, out there in the world of business, much of the change that's occurring is technology-based change. You can take, for example, the WikiLeaks, which are currently capturing the attention of the world's media. Well, WikiLeaks operates under a very different business model. I mean, I think the right way to think about Assange is that he's an entrepreneur, a technological entrepreneur, and the more boundaries that you cross as an entrepreneur, the more trouble you get into. And now he's an extreme case, but I think it's useful to understand what's going on in the world today. It's a lot easier to understand what's going on in the world today if you have a foundation in theories of technological evolution and entrepreneurship and innovation.